In honor of there being a 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee revival, I'm going to tell you all the story of when I was in high school and I played Rona and they started the show without me. And if you don't know the show, Rona starts the show. In high school, we did the show in the black box and the dressing rooms are by the main stage. So they're not really close. And we also did this show without microphones and there was no like speaker or calling into the dressing rooms at all. Rona and Paunch are both parts that have to do a lot of improv and kind of spontaneous jokes throughout the show based on who the guest spellers are. People are sent out to choose the guest spellers before the show and they report back to us and tell us their names and kind of give it to us on a card so I, as Rona, can call them out. A lot of the time, I did not find out who the guest spellers were till like 2 minutes before the show started and I was like, okay. I was being done up. It took me a while to get ready and we didn't have official places called. Because obviously like a high schooler is the stage manager, so you know, places gets called. I do not hear it. I'm in the dressing room finishing, getting ready, and I am making sure I have the guest spellers in order. Then I'm like, it's suspiciously quiet. I don't hear high schoolers screaming around me anymore. So I look out the dressing room and I'm like, I have a bad feeling because everyone's gone at this moment. So I start running to the black box. And then as I'm running to the black box, also I'm wearing stilettos. Hello. And I still have those shoes. They're like my favorite shoes ever. It's not super relevant to the story, but here we go. I'm running in these down the hall. And then I see somebody running at me as well. And I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And they're like, Camille, they started the show. And I'm like, they started it? Like, hello? I run onto the stage and the spotlight's already there. That's supposed to be on me. Hi. So I run out into the spotlight and then I just stand there and wait because I'm like, hello, I didn't hear the cue, which is a voiceover that says, Miss Peretti, please spell syzygy. And then I spell it and then they're like, yay, you did it. It's like a flashback to her winning the spelling bee, right? So according to friends I had in the audience, they said that it was Miss Peretti, please spell syzygy. And then silence for like 30 seconds until I got there. And then they played it again, and then I spelled syzygy, S-Y-Z-Y-G-Y, syzygy. And then the show started and all was fine, but literally, it shocked me when I was in my first professional show and they made sure I was there and they were telling stage management at the front, like, Camille's in place, like, okay, everyone's here. And I'm like, wait, I don't know why I'm calming like this. This is probably not where they calmed. I worked in a restaurant and we had like something like this. They're up here. But Camille's here. Camille's in the place. And I'm like, wait, y'all care that I'm here in places, even though I'm the wolf shadow at the top of Act 2 in Beauty and the Beast? But no one checked to see if I was there when I was the only person that started the show in Spelling Bee?